Set on the pole to start the first race, but couldn't hold it.
Already seeing a little movement further back throughout the pack, and we've got one car upside down right at the start of the race, about 3/4 of the way back to the pack. It is car number 26. That is Tim Probert from Houston, Texas, has gotten upside down and landed on the cage of that Mazda MX-5 here at Barber Motorsports Park. Obviously, a full course caution has gone into effect as that car 26 of Tim Probert, again, from Houston, Texas, Mark, who has landed upside down.
Well, we're looking at Tim Probert moving around in the cockpit, and the roll cage on these cars obviously did its job there.
Absolutely. This is an FIA-certified roll cage, and in this case here, it's done its job. I have to tell you, this is highly unusual. I have never seen one of these cars get upside down. In fendered car racing, it's unusual. In open-wheel cars, of course, the wheels are more exposed and can cause cars to get upside down, but this is highly unusual. Here we'll take a look.
Boy, it was such a slow start. Everybody stacked up, and Tim Probert just got on the accelerator, anticipating, Mark. Of course, he was starting towards the back of the field. In fact, he started 29th, nearly shotgun on the field, so natural to assume for him to accelerate out of turn 17, and the other 28 cars would probably there.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a balance, and there's a lot of different variables that come into play between different driving styles and different tracks and different track conditions. But one of the key attributes of BF Goodrich tires is their consistency. We want our tire to be consistent from green flag to checkered flag for that whole race duration. And being 45-minute sprint races, it really has allowed us to achieve that.
You know, oftentimes I get to a racetrack, Pete, and I think to myself, boy, it's awfully warm out right now. For those that are listening and are driving around in their Mazda car on the passenger roads, how much of what goes on in this race translates and gets incorporated into somebody who's going to go in and buy those BF Goodrich tires for their car at home?
Yeah, that's another important ingredient of why we race as a company, and you hear it often from tire manufacturers, vehicle manufacturers, the track-to-street message, but there's no question that part of our philosophy is the trickle-down effect, that what we learn through competition, because it's a much more dynamic environment than in a laboratory and a test environment, that gradually